What's up, guys? Welcome back to another adventure. Now we're here again today at Dollywood. It is the 13th of April, and we are here in the middle of the week to basically just see on any small updates to the park right before Flower and Food next week. Check out the crowds, look at wait times, and just give any small little updates to the park just in case you want to see what's going on. Now if you guys want to, stick around, follow me, and I'll see you guys in the park. Now right here, this is just outside where you would either rent your ECVs, your time savers, and right outside of security. You can see there is quite a heavy crowd ahead of us right before park opens, so this should be an interesting day. Alright guys, we are in the park and we're about to break all the traditional rules of my normal rope drop, and we're going to the right today. Now, this is going to be one of the first reasons why I would like to come to the right. Well, this is something new. This wasn't here on our last park visit. Now you can look, coming to the right, you can see that the majority of the crowd usually heads this way from the entrance. But it looks like they're kind of gearing up, getting ready for the festival real quick coming in next week. Alright, now heading up into Markets where they do have the new topiary set up, and you're not going to get to look at that just yet because we're going to save that for the actual festival next week. We're going to head over to not ride the lightning rod, but we're going to look at the line here. That is a ridiculous line. Alright, you can see early in the morning, this is either going to be the ride you want to go to first or the ride you want to avoid. Set up here, see what's going on with the front if the ride's even open yet. Now right here, that's the reason why the ride is not open, or the ride isn't open yet. That's the reason for the line. Once that door opens up, that line will shoot down real fast. Same over here for the Rock and Roadway. Seems like not much is going just yet. Now do take note, it is 9:58. Now heading up the left side of the park, they do go ahead and drop rope, let you run up and go ahead and hit roller coasters. But it looks like over here it's got a little bit of a slower open. Now we're not gonna stick around for either one of those two rides. We're gonna go ahead and head up this way and just take a look around the park and maybe go in reverse on the roller coasters this go around. Near the river Rampage, you can see there's not much of a line. That is kind of an overcast day, but on a hotter summer day, that's a ride that if you want to go ahead and instantly cool off or have time to dry off, jump on the Rampage first thing in the morning. You won't have much of a wait because later on in the day, that thing normally sits about a 45-minute wait or higher and stays that way. Now you can see heading up towards this side of the park, not too much of the crowd's headed this way. They're either standing back in line over by Lightning Rod, or they went up to the left to get on some of the coasters. You can see here they've got a lot of the displays out, heading into Flower and Food. You can see as we head down here into the country fair section. If you have little ones, go ahead and get on some rides. Looks like a good time right as park opens to avoid everybody. Just a couple families in here at the moment. Now, I don't know if you can see too much, but you might be able to now. It's a little bit of a windy day, and with that, I don't know how windy it has to get for the rides to be shut down here. I know that the wind does take into effect on some of the roller coasters, so we'll keep an eye on that and just basically see what today stores for us. We're coming up here in the back corner to one of the rides that I don't ride too often, but I really enjoy. But I think we're gonna ride on the Dizzy Disc, and it might be just us on this go around. Alright guys, we just jumped off the Dizzy Disc here. We were the only people on the ride this morning. I don't know why, but I just enjoy that ride. It's fun and simple. Just a little spinning disc, you'll see it. It's on just a U-shaped track. Doesn't do much but spin you, but I just like the way it rides. It's fun. Alright guys, heading out of the country fair. Now, it was fun. Got to ride my Dizzy Disc at least once. Probably could have rode it a million times. There wasn't really that many people down there. So if you do have little ones and you want to get them on some rides quick and you come here at Park Open, go ahead and head on down to the country fair. You got basically a free roam to that little section of the park. Now with that, we're going to head our way, I think, up into Timber Canyon and go check out what the roller coasters are doing. You can see the first lift hill here on a lightning rod. Not seeing any carts go up it. I'll keep looking over as we walk down this way and see if they're running this early. Literally, as I said that and turned off the camera, a cart went flying up the hill. So lightning rod is up and running early in the morning. It's just 10:12 right now, and got this side of the park to ourselves basically. Again, early in the morning, grist mill, no line. There are a few times to be able to grab that cinnamon bread and not have to wait all day, but then there are portions of the day that you could be standing there for 45 minutes to an hour. I don't think I've ever noticed this, but as you're coming up Craftsman's Valley, there is the Hillside General Store. And they got little wrap sandwiches, parfaits, snacks, all sorts of things that you can grab inside here. So if you just want something quick, easy to grab as you're walking through the park, there's one of your options. Alright guys, I was taking a look on the app, and even though I saw the cart going up for lightning rod, it was just, I guess, a test cart set on the app that is temporarily delayed. But it's also showing a 40-minute wait on Thunderhead. So I'm assuming that everyone just kind of flipped around and went over to that roller coaster since it's the first one up the hill. Well, we're right up here by Tennessee Tornado now, so we're going to circle around and see what's going on over on that side of the park. But right up here by the Fire Chasers, well, the backside is still not looking too busy on this half of the park yet. So we'll be able to get on at least one or two rides before the crowds really sink in. Now, what I can take away though is if you're here for rides and don't have little kids, definitely go up to the left, because the right really doesn't offer too much as far as thrill rides. And if you're looking for a lightning rod, it could be like this morning and have that temporary delay to where that's going to ruin basically all your plans and put you behind on the rest of the rides for the wait times. Now you can see coming around Mystery Mine, there's still not a lot of people. Looks like there's some heading up into Wildwood Grove there. We'll check out the line here as we turn the corner. Oh, nope, they're all just standing in line for Mystery Mine here. And while it's on the steps, I think we might jump in that time saver line on this one here. Now these are the current wait times. Lightning rod up to 90, says Mystery Mine here to 15. There isn't a long wait, but when you're trying to knock out as many rides as possible, every minute counts. And thank God Dollywood added in that new perk for pass holders to where we can skip the line for at least the first hour. We are using the time saver. Remember, it's around the back side here in between the front and the exit. I'm going to just cruise up these stairs here. And you see, if you're using the time saver side, there's not going to be a lot of people in the way here. Alright, now we are done with the Mystery Mine. It is 10:45. That gives us another 15 minutes to use this pass for the time saver. So I think we're going to head up into Wildwood Grove and go catch the Dragonfire, because that's usually the one that backs up the most. Alright, you can see heading into Dragonfire, you got the line just coming out of the entrance here. Well, we're going to head to the left since we have the pass right now, but there still looks like there's a few people waiting even in that line. Alright guys, we are finishing up the first hour in the park. We ended with the Dragonflyer, and that really wasn't by choice. We might have been able to get on, get off, squeeze another ride in, but the attendant was letting a lot of the normal side in over the time saver side, which didn't make a lot of sense since those people were paying the extra money for that privilege. So maybe they need to work on that a little bit so the time saver can get through a little bit faster, especially on at least the first hour, so people using the pass ability can actually use that ability to its fullest. But I think now we're just going to cruise around, make another lap around the park, and just look at crowd time, see what's really going on here. See the line still just hovering right outside the entrance. Hasn't really changed, so probably sitting at that 10-15 minute wait is what it says. But again, with that ride with the little kids getting on and off, I would say give it more 20. It's almost double what the wait time says for that ride, it seems. I think this seems to be the trend. Every time we come out of Wildwood Grove, we look over and the line from Mystery Mine has doubled. So they're using all the little switchbacks right here in the middle, and it says it's a 35-minute wait. Was just setting it like, what, a 10-minute wait? Now we're going to make our way down Timber Canyon here towards the front of the park, take a look and see how many people are still coming in after the first hour. You can see the crowds are pretty heavy on this half of the park. This is something you don't often see, and something that I wouldn't recommend waiting in unless your kid is really enthusiastic about roller coasters and not big enough to ride any of the others. This right here is the line for the Whistle Punk, coming all the way out by the sign. I don't think I've ever seen that line quite that long. Actually, right here ahead of me, you can see all these people are waiting in line to get on Thunderhead. So definitely going to be a busy day for anybody that's showing up a little bit later. Now you're heading down the little path. Kind of at the top of Timber Canyon, you can see the two different colors of asphalt. I think this little section that I'm walking on is a little extension from what was there last year. I do believe it was just that side over here. Alright, we're down back by the front of the entrance. It is 11:10, and you can see there's a madhouse. It's probably the busiest I've seen it here in the park in a little bit this early. You can see people are still flooding in. Lots of big groups here today. So be prepared to wait for quite a bit if you're coming into the park at all this week. Here's another look coming up behind the front entrance here at Dollywood, right in front of the bakery. There are a lot of people in the park right now. Alright, now coming back around after the first hour, this little section looks a lot better than what it did this morning. Not such a line hanging out here, but we're going to walk up towards the lightning rod and actually see what it looks like going. We do got a small little wait if you were to go single rider or time saver. Much longer wait if you're going through the normal line. It says that it's posted at a 1:30. Now you can see the line is still hanging outside of the Rockin' Roadway though. Alright guys, it's right around 11:35. We are heading the back way into the country fair. Just got done looking at some of the wait times on the app. You've got things like the Blazing Fury going for a half an hour, Mystery Mine. Fire Chaser was up to I think a 90, and the old Lightning Rod's sitting at a 145. So today has definitely got some heavy crowds. We're real early into the park day as well, so if you're going to be here again this week, do prepare to get some heavy weights ahead of you, and hopefully within the next week or two, we'll get at least a few days where we can actually have some back-to-back rides, not so many wait days. Let's head on into the country fair here and see how it's looking now that the park's been open for a little bit. As you get down in here, you see the Scramblers line pretty backed up. Swings are looking okay. Bumper cars, they're always sitting about how it looks right here. That's usually a consistent ride to have a decent wait for, but never too crazy. But you can see it's definitely a different change of pace than what it was this morning when we first walked through. So if you have the little ones and you want to be able to get them on some things without having them be all cranky and yelling at you, definitely get down to this side of the park first thing, and then start making your way to the other side and take care of the adult rides. Alright, now heading down here behind the back porch theater, there is another topiary, but I'm still not going to let you see any of those until next week's video when we show up for the actual Flower and Food Festival. Alright, heading back towards the front of the park here, making our way back underneath the umbrella walkway.
Are you ready to go to
Now this is our first year seeing all these decorations. We haven't been to a flower and food festival at all. So this is all going to be a new experience for us this year. You still see here at the front there's people piling into the park. It's not nearly as chaotic as it was when we were here the last time. But it's definitely still going to be a heavily packed day here. Now, we're going to way back up here by Mr. Mine, and if you're walking, it's not looking too crowded. But then if you glare right over here to our right, that's one of the prime examples why it's not so busy on the walkways, because everybody is standing here in line. And it is just about 12:11 right now, so you can see early in the day, these lines back up very quick. Coming down now around 12:30, you can see there's a small line in front of the grist mill, but nothing too crazy still. So definitely earlier in the day is a good time to grab some of your cinnamon bread if you are wanting any of it. Alright guys, now as we head out here right about 1 o'clock, you can see a few people still coming in the park. Got a good decent amount of crowd still wandering around, and the park is still heavy on the wait times. So we're going to go ahead and call it what it is and head out for the day, because we're not going to be able to get too much else done here. Well, we can see here, even coming through security, we still have a good line of people heading into the parks. But with that, guys, I do believe that is going to wrap up the day here. We're leaving out about 1 o'clock. Now, the wait times were pretty heavy today, so if you are planning a trip anytime this week, be prepared to have some weights on your hand. Now, they are going ahead and setting up some of the stuff for next week's festival. That starts on Friday. That's going to be the flower and food. They had the umbrella walkway. They had a few of the topiaries set up, which you guys will get to check out in next week's video. But thank you guys for sticking around. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button if you're new. And I will see you guys next week. Peace.